In this video, let's learn how do we find the coordinate of the turning point, or we can call it maximum point or minimum point of a quadratic functions. Actually, we have various ways to find the coordinate of the turning point. So here I'm going to show you 5. First, using negative b over 2a. So remember, no matter the quadratic function is concave up or concave down, the x coordinate for the turning point or the minimum point or maximum point always equal to negative b over 2a. And why we need to find ourselves? Negative b over 2a. Okay, so first method, I'm going to show you how do we use negative b over 2a to help us to get the coordinate of the turning point. Now, y is equal to 2x squared minus 4x plus 1. Now, the x squared having the coefficient of having a positive coefficient, this means that the graph is actually smiling face, or we can call it concave up. And the positive 1 here tell you that the y-intercept is positive 1. Now, to use this, first we need to identify the value of a, b. A is equal to 2. B is equal to negative 4. Okay, we don't need to use C, but I will show you also. C is equal to positive 1. You just need to write 1. So be careful. If here we have a negative, for example, negative 2x squared, then the value of A will be negative 2. You need to include the sign in front of the number, as I did here, negative 4, not 4. Okay, now let me find the value of negative B over 2A. Negative b, what's b? Negative 4. 2. A is 2. So negative, it becomes positive. 2 times 2, you will get 4. So 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. So this is actually the x coordinate. Okay, be careful. This is x coordinate of the turning point, not y coordinate. So now we know that here is 1. But how do we get the y coordinate? We just need to use this value that we got just now, substitute into this equation to help us get the y coordinate. When x is equal to 1, y is equal to, change all the x become 1. 2 times 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 1. Okay, you just press your calculator. This will give you 2 minus 4 plus 1. 2 minus 4 is equal to negative 2. Negative 2 plus 1, negative 1. Now you have the full coordinate of the turning point. 1, negative 1. Okay, second method is complete the square. Normally, we do not prefer to use this method because it's quite complicated and easier for us to make mistake. But if the question asks you to do so, then you need to follow the requirement. Now let me show you how to do the complete square. Y is equal to 2x squared minus 4x plus 1. To do the complete square, first thing, you have to make sure that the coefficient of x squared is positive 1. So now the coefficient of x squared is 2. We cannot start to do the process of complete square yet. So what I'm going to do now is to factorize the 2 out. Bring the 2 out. X squared, then this is negative 2x plus 1 over 2. So I do not change value. If you distribute the 2 inside the parentheses, for each term inside the parentheses, you will get back exactly the same thing here. Now, what is the coefficient of x squared now? You don't see anything, it means positive 1. So we can start to do the complete square. Just copy the 2 first. Okay, x squared copy. These 2 terms is just copy. And then you plus something, put a parentheses, square, minus back. Okay, why do we need to plus and minus back? Because we want to keep the value remain unchanged. And then plus 1 over 2. Okay. What do we need to write inside the parentheses? It depends on the number here. If you see negative 2, you just write negative 2, but remember to divide it by 2. These 2 parentheses, using this, you write exactly the same thing inside these 2 parentheses. Whatever you write here, do the same thing here. Negative 2 over 2. Okay. Now, x squared minus 2x plus, this is negative 1 square minus negative 1 square plus 1 over 2. Okay, now this 3, I'm going to change the way of writing these 3 terms. It becomes x, only x, not x squared. And you look at what is inside this parenthesis, negative 1, right? So you just write negative 1 and then put the square outside the parenthesis. Okay, so at the back here, you need to be extra careful for this one. Some students might be thinking negative, negative become positive. It's actually not correct because the negative inside the parenthesis is going to be square first. When it's a square, it becomes positive. So the negative here still there. Negative 1 square plus 1 over 2. Okay, if you feel confused now, you can try to pause the video and try to think this step. So you can try to expand this back. Let's say I want to expand this back. I hope that you remember the formula. X squared minus 2ab plus b squared, right? So x squared minus 2x plus 1. You see? X squared minus 2x plus 1. Negative 1 squared is actually equal to 1, right? Okay, now I'm going to bring the 2, go back, distribute the 2 inside the parentheses. So here will become, or maybe I do one more step so that you understand better. Let me show you clear the step. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to copy everything first. Negative 1 squared is actually equal to negative 1. Negative 1 plus 1 over 2 is equal to negative 1 over 2. Now I'm going to distribute the 2 inside the parentheses. So 2 times this, you get this one. 2 times this, you get negative 1. Okay, then we are almost there to get the coordinate of the turning point. For maximum point or minimum point, this inside here always equal to 0. So x minus 1 equal to 0. X is equal to 1. Now we got the x coordinate for the turning point. And how do we get the y coordinate? Just refer here. So this is negative 1. It means that the y coordinate for the turning point is negative 1. Now this is a way how do we use complete square to help us get the coordinate of the turning point. I think it's quite complicated, right? So normally we do not like to use this method, but if the question asks you to do so, then you have to follow. Let's try the third method. This one you learn in Form 5, differentiation. So remember, for turning point, at turning point, dy by dx is equal to 0. Okay, so y is equal to 2x squared minus 4x plus 1. Let's find the first derivative, dy by dx. 2 bring down, multiply with the coefficient in front of x squared. So 2 times 2 you get 4. X is just copy, power always need to minus 1. It becomes power 1, you don't have to write 1. So differentiate this one, you will get negative 4. Differentiate a constant, you get 0. Okay, so as I told you just now, at turning point here, dy by dx is equal to 0. So means that 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. Or I write here for you first. At turning point, dy by dx is equal to 0. This means that 4x minus 4 is equal to 0, and 4x is equal to 4, x is equal to 4 divided by 4, which is equal to 1. Now we got the x coordinate of the turning point. How do we get the y coordinate? The same method as we did just now. Just substitute the x value equal to 1 inside here and press your calculator. You should be able to get negative 1. So this is the third way that we can use to find the coordinate of a turning point. Now let me show you the fourth method. Use the coordinate of the 2 points which having the same y coordinate. What does this mean? It means that you want to use 2 points which is same level. What do I mean by this? Now you can use, try to not use this because it's very hard for you to see the x coordinate, right? Try to use this one, this two, or maybe these two. Any 2 points with at the same level, you can use them. So how to use them to help you to get the coordinate of the turning point? Let me show you here. What is the coordinate of this point? -1, 7. What is the coordinate of this point? 3, 7. Do you notice that they are having the same same y coordinate? How about this one? This is 0, 1. How about this? This is 2, 1. Same y coordinate. Now, we can use their coordinate to help us to get the x coordinate of the turning point, which means this one. So what you need to do, just find the mean of these two x coordinate. What do I mean by this? You just take -1 plus 3 and then divide by 2. Now, -1 plus 3 is equal to 2. 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. Now we got the x coordinate. Or you can use this one. You try to use it, you will get exactly the same thing. Now 0 plus 2 divided by 2, you will still get 1. This is one of the way of getting the x coordinate of a turning point. Let's say some student might be, maybe let's say for example, you want to use this. You want to use the x-intercept. In this situation, it's not that suitable for us to use the coordinate of these 2 points. Why? Because it's very hard for you to determine the x coordinate. But let's say if you still want to use it, I can show you how to use it. Now, okay. So I am going to use a calculator to help me to get the x-intercept first. So press this one, and then search for equation, go for polynomial. Now the degree is 2. What I'm going to do is to key in the x squared coefficient, and the constant here. 2, remember to press equal, -4. You can use this negative or this negative, both are okay. And then +1. You don't have to write you don't have to key in positive because we already have a positive sign over here. Now press equal. You can write down this number because it's actually very long decimal. And we have another one. Okay, but let's say if you don't want to write down, you actually can store these two number inside your calculator. Let me show you how. Now I'm going to press the store button, store, and you will see the sign here. So I'm going to store it into A. So press A. Don't have to press alpha, just press A. Now, store to A. So later on, when we key in A, the calculator know that we are using this answer, this value. And then press equal again. This is the second x-intercept. Press store again. So I'm going to store it to B. Don't have to press alpha, just press B. Now store to B. So what is actually happening now is you press shift if you want to recall. Press shift, recall it. Now this is A, which we stored just now. This is the value of B, which we stored just now. So now x coordinate, these two are the x coordinate here and here. So you can take these two, add together and divide it by 2. You will still get 1. Now let me show you. Press 1. I'm going to call the A out, alpha A plus alpha B, and then divided by 2. This is 1. Okay? 1. So how do we get the y coordinate? Same thing as what we did just now. You just need to use the x coordinate here, substitute into this equation and calculate. You will be able to get -1. Okay, I have shown you 4 methods. Let's look at the last method, use calculator. Okay, so this one you only can use to check your answer. You need to show your school teachers when you need to show the step. You cannot straight away give the answer, right? Now let me show you how. Go to equation and then polynomial degree 2 highest power. Okay, what you need to do, just key in the coefficient to -4 and then +1. Press equal. Now this is the x-intercept, and you press equal again. It will tell you that the minimum point of this function occur when x is equal to 1 and the y is equal to -1. This is another way to help us to check our answer using our calculator. Okay, and one more thing, you need to be more careful. Let's say if the question asks you, state the equation of the axis of symmetry. So some students might state this way, or maybe they use -b over 2a, for example. -b over 2a, you get 1, and you just stop here. Now this is not correct. Where is the axis of symmetry? Which is over here, right? Axis of symmetry of a quadratic function always will pass through the maximum point or minimum point. So in this situation, if you just give your teachers 1, what does this 1 mean? You need to tell the equation of this straight line. This is the axis of symmetry of this quadratic function. So what is the equation of this straight line? X is equal to 1, right? So if the question asks you to state the axis or the equation of the axis of symmetry of a quadratic function, remember to write this. Not only the value, you need to state the equation of this straight line. Okay, that's all for this video. See you next time. Bye bye.